Hey everyone, just making this video to showcase an interaction that I found and have been testing a bit. Don't pay any mind to the character. This is a level 64 champion. I've just been testing random things on him. He has absolute trash gear, as you can see. Um, the tree is a mixture of things I was testing with retribution stuff. There's nothing here. Don't pay attention to anything going on here. Um, so what I wanted to talk about is a particular interaction with a mastery, and that mastery is gain adrenaline when stunned for 2 seconds per 100 milliseconds of stun duration. Now, you would read that, and you would, if you're like me, you would assume that that's the minimum baseline, that you have to have 100 milliseconds of stun duration in order to get any adrenaline out of this mastery. But that's not actually the case. Uh, the case as it is that any amount of stun duration grants an equal, a relative amount of adrenaline. So, why is this useful? This is useful because the champion has first to strike, last to fall, which recovers 25% of your life when you gain adrenaline. Which means if we can trigger adrenaline every time that we get hit, and we get 25% of our life back, that's potentially a huge amount of recovery. Now, we are using the same tricks that you use with Blood Notch, and we have Valyrium on, so the basic things that are happening here is that we are using Valyrium, which makes our stun threshold based on our energy shield, and then we just have a low amount of energy shield so that we get stunned every time and make sure that every stun or every hit is a stunning hit. We have Immutable Force to recover from those stuns, and right now we do have Blood Notch. Now, I'm going to showcase this by showing it with Blood Notch in and with Blood Notch out. Our resistances are trash. We have a little bit of armor right now, but not. You can look at the defense tree here. It's just trash because it's rain. It doesn't matter what the defenses are. This setup will allow you to recover from any hits in general. Damage over time is the only thing that really hurts this. Now, if we just sit here, now remember we have Blood Notch in right now, and as you can see, our life doesn't move. So let's take Blood Notch out. As you can see, it's a lot spikier, and the only thing really killing us is the fact that the damage over time is getting so high because our defenses are so bad. This character doesn't have any kind of recovery. There's no recoup on this character. Blood Notch builds typically want recoup to aid with the petrified blood here. But anyways, let's get away from that noise for a second. So as you can see, that's with no Blood Notch, without any recoup. That's it. There is this thing here that it's 10% damage taken from stunning hits is recovered as life, which is kind of like a really mini Blood Notch, but I could take that off and it would function virtually identically. But the point here is that without Blood Notch, you can still, on Champion, have a ridiculous amount of recovery simply from taking this node here, first to strike, last to fall, because we're recovering 25% of our life every time we get hit. That in combination with Petrified Blood. Now, the one thing that needs to be noted here is that you absolutely need to have less than 50% of your life in this case, because you'll notice that this first to strike, last to fall also has gain adrenaline for 20 seconds when you reach low life. Low life being 50% of your life. As far as I can tell, masteries that modify when low life take effect do not apply to this, and it's always when you reach 50% of your life. And this includes the the belt that makes it so you're always on low life. Well, as far as this is concerned, that doesn't apply. You it's when you reach 50% of your life, not when you actually are technically low life, like you have the low life tag or however you want to word it. So it's whenever you reach 50%. So I recommend reserving your life under 50% so you can never reach that threshold. So this never triggers because adrenaline will not apply if you already have adrenaline. This was a change that happened a couple patches back. You used to be able to do this trick using just ward flasks and the ward boots, the unique ward boots, because those made it so that whenever your ward broke, that you gained adrenaline. But after they patched it so that adrenaline couldn't overwrite adrenaline, um, that trick with those boots and champion didn't work anymore. The only thing that's been added to the game that has allowed this to work, and it actually works better than it used to, because this triggers absolutely every time you get hit, because the stun lasts for one. If you look in the top left corner while I was getting hit, you'll notice that you don't even see the adrenaline apply. It's so short. It's so short because we have the stun recovery coming from immutable force. So that makes it so that virtually every time we get hit, we are getting that 25% of our life back. And I just wanted to showcase this. Now, is it actually useful? You still have to have the setup with the ring and immutable force. And there's no reason not at that point not to throw in the blood notch, right? Now, use cases I could see for this are situations where blood notch and recoup simply aren't enough. Maybe you want to do uh, cast on stun along with something like the spell that what's it called? The spell that takes away your life when you use it, the chaos based spell. Um, which maybe you don't, get enough back because that doesn't trigger a stunning hit, so you don't actually recover from it. Blah 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 blah. But you need actually a lot more life recovery. This might help in a scenario like this, for instance. It also helps in a scenario like I've got lots of previous Shatter Shard builds on my. I don't know how many of them actually I showcase on my channel, but I've done lots of them. Shatter Shard to be survivable actually needs a ton of survivability. This is one way of doing it. I'm not going to go through what all the potential use cases are. That's for you to find out. But I just want to showcase this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. But there you go.